course, everything starts with a very thorough history and examination. It is important, as the picture is showing, to do a very good examination of the lymph nodes. The lymph nodes are certain places in the body where it's like a meeting point for the white blood cells. The lymphatic system, it's very, very similar to the other circulatory system. So basically, I did mention this before, but you have arteries, you have veins, and you also have lymphatic blood vessels. So basically, lymph, which is kind of a liquid also, travels to this, let's say this highway, and it basically carries the white blood cells, the cells that are in charge of defending our bodies. So they're always getting information from different parts of the body, and they meet in these lymph nodes to share that information. So whenever they are sharing, let's say that these lymph nodes become swollen and sometimes painful. So we have them all around the body. We tend to think that they're only in the neck because they are the they're more commonly inflamed. But we have under the armpits, we have it in the neck, we have it in the back of our heads, we have them in our groins, we have them in the abdomen, inside of the abdomen, also in our feet. We have them in every place of our body. So we look for that. Of course, we also would like to feel the abdomen because, as Dr. Martinez was saying, certain organs, especially the spleen, might enlarge because the spleen is a very important organ of the lymphatic system. So it might become enlarged and we might be able to feel it. We also order regular blood tests, especially complete blood counts, because of course what we're looking is any variation in certain line of that of the blood. So when we say a CBC or a complete blood count, what we mean is that we're going to take that blood and a machine will sort out the different types of cells. So it would let us know how many red blood cells do you have, how many white blood cells do you have, how many platelets do you have, and not only that, it will let us know of the white blood cells, the different subtypes. So of course, if we see something is, the levels are, or the numbers are higher than expected, and some others are lower, together with some physical findings and some of your symptoms, then we might suspect leukemia. So what's the next step? We do something that is called a peripheral blood smear, which is also a blood sample, in which basically it is put on a glass slide and watched under the microscope, and very similar to the image at the beginning of the presentation when Dr. Martinez was explaining to us. Basically, here in the left, you see a normal blood smear in which you see a lot of little red or pinkish dots. Those are the red blood cells, and you see some purple ones, like 3 of them, which are white blood cells. In the right, there's a slide of a patient with leukemia. You can see that definitely those white blood cells are well increased or compared with the ones on the left. And not only that, the red blood cells, you can also see that they are diminished. There are not so many as they were, as they are on the left. Once we have this is not necessarily diagnostic. We need to still do more tests. So we do, with what we do with most cancers, which is a biopsy. But since blood is not a tissue but a liquid, the best sample that we can have is from the origin, which is the bone marrow. As we mentioned before, bone marrow is present in almost all of the bones, but the pelvis is a very big bone which contains a lot of marrow and is relatively easily to access with a syringe, and it's a very big syringe, but it's a syringe and a needle. So basically, by the pelvis, we get a little sample, and it's looked by a pathologist under the microscope to confirm the diagnosis. It can be, it is very specialized. So it's a pathological diagnosis.